should I go for 91 days or I should go for 364 days whenever I want to do treasury bill? This is one of the questions that I usually get anytime I post the treasury bill updates for the week. And for those of us who are watching my video for the very first time, I talk about all kinds of investment businesses. But treasury bill, because the rate changes every week, I do the weekly treasury bill update. So I'm sure if you're watching this video and it's the first time, you may want to check my other videos on treasury bill and other kinds of investment. But today I want to give you a gist of why you should go for a particular duration when you are considering treasury bill. So we have a number of durations for treasury bill. We have 91 days, which is 3 months. We have 182 days, which is 6 months, and we have 364 days or 1 year. So today I want to show you the difference and disadvantages and advantages between going for 91 days and going for 1 year or 364 days. There are some assumptions that will go with this particular calculation. The assumption is that the rates remain the same for both durations. It means that if today the rate is 22% for 1 year and it's 25% for 91 days or 3 months, the rate should remain the same for the period that you are doing the calculation. When the rate changes, it has an impact on whether one is better than the other or not. So these are the conditions. If treasury bill rates are expected to drop, let's say in the next 1 year, then if someone goes for 1 year and is able to lock the rate, it means that they are going to enjoy benefit on that 1 year rate for the period that the rate is running. In the same vein, if someone goes for 91 days within the period and the rate drops lower and lower and lower, it means that within 1 year, they will have gotten reduced interest at the end of the period. So that's the assumption that we need to work with. However, for the purpose of today's calculation, we are assuming that the rate will remain the same for both durations. So I've done some calculation that I want us to just go through. So currently today is 11th November 2024. The rate for 1 year is 22.55% for the discounted rate. It means that if I have 10,000 Ghana cedis and I want to book it for today or this week and the rate is 22.55, it means that at the end of the year, I'll be getting around 2,255 Ghana cedis if I invested that's 10,000 cedis. So assuming I did it 1st of January 2025, by December 31st, 2025, I would have gotten around 2,255 Ghana cedis as by way of interest if I'm going with 10,000 Ghana cedis. So that's the rate for 1 year. So it's very simple. You multiply the rate by the amount that you are doing. However, if I decide to go for 91 days, and today's rate for 91 days is around 25.91, let's look at the calculation and how it works. If I do the investment from January for 91 days, and the rate is 25, as I've said, it's not going to change for the period. By the time the first duration is up in March, I would have earned an interest of 625 Ghana cedis on the 10,000 by March ending. Then I will add the interest of 625 to the 10,000 cedis and redo it for another 3 months. I hope you are following. If I do it for the next 3 months, my matured amount by June will be 11,289 Ghana cedis. What means that between March and June, I've earned an additional interest of 664.06. So my June investment would be 11,289, which is the first interest I earned between January and March of 625, and the interest between April and June, which is 664.06. So June half year, my investment is 11,286, which is the principal and the interest. If I do for another 3 months, the interest I'm going to earn between the next 3 months is 705 Ghana cedis. If you add it to the 11,289 Ghana cedis, you are going to get 11,994.62. So by September, which is the third quarter I'm doing, my investment total amount to be 11,994 Ghana cedis. Now, if I do for the last quarter from October to December, the interest I'm going to earn for the period is 749.66. And the total investment that I will get at the end of December 31st will be 12,743 Ghana cedis. 12,743 Ghana cedis. So it means that if the rate is 25, as we are seeing, and I want to do it for 3 months, 3 months, 3 months for next year, my total investment which I started with 10,000, would have jumped to 12,743 because I was doing rollover for 4 months, for 4 times in a month, in the year. So I did the rollover first one, which was in March. I did a second rollover in June, the third rollover in September, and the final one, which is the total investment, was in December, and that gives me 12,743. However, don't forget, if I did it for just 1 year straight and the interest was 2,255, my total investment would have been 12,255. So it means that if you do for 1 full year, you are getting 12,255 as your total investment. However, if you go for 91 days, that would have changed and you are getting 12,743 Ghana cedis. So if the rates are going to remain the same or increase, it's always advisable that you go for 91 days and roll it over every 3 months than to go for 1 full year. 1 full year is only beneficial if the rate is expected to drop, and that way you lock up yourself for the period that you are doing the investment. So that's the difference between 91 days and 182 days, and also 1 year. So if you have enjoyed the session, once again, as you always do, please like this video, share it, go to my YouTube channel, Patrick TVGH, follow. I have a number of videos on investment. You can learn about them, business, how to start a business, what kind of business are working. Check out these videos and it will be beneficial to building up your financial life.